Underrated, we the underdogs, underestimated.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to Today on Totem. We got some pretty good topics today for you guys. Remember, guys, an act of rebellion is to question. Like, share, subscribe, and follow all as Totem Podcast on YouTube and Spotify. How you doing today, Eric?
Doing pretty good. We got video on Spotify now. So if you guys just want to watch the full-length episodes on there during your drive, make it a little bit easier, we can do that for sure.
Yeah, that makes it good. Makes a difference on that.
Yeah, but we got some pretty good topics for today.
Yeah, so which one do you want to start off, Eric? What headline do you want?
Let's start off with Dave Chappelle getting attacked on stage, because I think that's pretty crazy.
You think it was kind of like the whole? It was kind of bullshit. Do you think it's kind of like the whole Will Smith doing that to Chris Rock? Now they're just going after comedian, the person up standing doing their presentation. Now you gotta watch out, because now if you don't say something, I'm gonna attack you.
Yeah, I think that like Will Smith doing that
open the can of worms.
Yeah. So now everybody sees it like, oh, Will Smith, the celebrity's doing it, so why can't I do it? And then they just think they can go do it themselves.
It's gonna be all fun and games, so they try to go attack like Rogan or someone. He just fucking kicks somebody in the chest.
Honestly, no. But the funny thing is, he had a weapon on him.
Who, the guy?
The guy who attacked him had a weapon on him.
Really? What did he have?
It was a switchblade disguised as a gun.
Disguised as a gun.
Yeah.
Dude, if you're gonna act like you're disguising a gun, might as well just carry the gun, man.
Yeah, I have this article pulled up right now on CNN, and it has a picture of it.
Really?
It looks like a real gun with the switchblade just coming out the front.
The thing on all these places, don't they have like they don't have to go through security or anything? They just walk. Everybody just walks right in. You don't got metal detectors, nothing.
That's what kind of like gets me thinking, because for when we went to Rogan, they even made us put our cell phones in some special pockets.
A little fucking pouch, you can't use it.
And I guess for this one, the security wasn't that tight, and it also happened in LA.
Surprise!
During one of his shows there.
And the craziest thing too, you think about it, Chappelle, he's not just like your average comedian. Like, where the fuck is the security of the comedy show? You know,
it wasn't like a full comedy show. He was just like one of the acts, like warming up, and it was like a band that was playing after. So it was like kind of like a concert type thing. It wasn't like a full like comedy set.
So he was like probably in the ghetto somewhere.
Probably, yeah. But it also goes back to they didn't say exactly like why the guy decided to like go up there and attack him, but it goes back to what we talked about last time, how sensitive everybody is and how easily offended people get nowadays.
That's ridiculous how just easily someone's just like, hey, I got it. I just jump on stage and you're good.
Yeah. The funny thing is though, Chris Rock was there too. So like after the whole after like the security like tackled the guy and everything, Chris Rock came up there and he was like, "Hey, was that Will?"
It was part of the show, dude.
Yeah, it was part of the show. But yeah, that's for me. I think that's just kind of crazy. First of all, the security is supposed to be tight.
Yeah,
I don't even know how someone can
get up there, and like the stage was pretty big, so he like ran like a good 30 feet before he like tackled Chappelle up there. That's funny. It's great. Here, I got another article where I kind of changed it up for you. I got one for you. So, you guys probably all been hearing about this baby formula stuff going on.
I think it's just the parents who've heard about it.
Probably, huh? It's nothing to do with your world, I guess. So I'm reading you the article. It says, a potential bacteria outbreak led to the February shutdown of a Michigan factory that makes Similac formula. And the plant still has not reopened. Its closure has aggravated shortages created by broader pandemic supply chain problems. Last week, stores stocked about 43% less than usual. That's crazy. Oh, and then it kind of depends where you get your sources from. This was New York Times. And then it talks a little bit more in this article about some lady trying to get milk for her 3-month-old daughter. I don't know how much you know how baby formula is. She paid $245 for 4 cans.
What?
Yeah. A can is usually probably like 15. It depends what kinds of brands. Say $18, depending the size. She paid $245. That's ridiculous. That's how scarce it's going. That's how scarce it's getting. And the thing that the stores that I've been to, you actually go to the stores. So in the town that I went, you have to go to 3 different stores to be able to find some. There wasn't any. So it's like, I thought it was bullshit until I actually went. I was like, wait, what's going on here?
Well, it reminds me of during the pandemic, you couldn't get toilet paper, paper towels, hand sanitizer. People were trying to do the same thing with that.
Do you think it's something to tie it back into it? Conspiracy theory?
It might be. I don't know, honestly. So there was an outbreak of what'd you say, salmonella?
I don't even. It just says there's a potential bacteria in the milk. So they're like, we don't know if it's good or if it's going to be bad. So let's just take it all off the market. Do you think it kind of goes back to like the COVID? Like, hey, we don't know if this is going to be good or bad. Let's just shut down everything and we'll figure it out later.
It sounds eerily similar.
It sounds really similar. And then the crazy thing is, so it's Simlek is a different brand than Enfamil, and there's no Enfamil either.
That's what I was just about to ask you. If there's just one brand that's having to deal with the bacteria, then where are the other brands?
Yeah, so that's the thing. I don't know if it's because it would make sense. People are just buying this one since there's no other one. But then if the other one is going, there should be more of it, right? Like it should be. Well, there shouldn't be all completely gone.
Isn't Enfamil like the brand, like the Nike brand of baby formula?
Supposedly, yeah. That's what we all thought. But then that's what makes me kind of. You guys can connect your own dots, but it's like as you start connecting those dots. And here I got another little thing for you. So there's another company out there. It's called BioMilk. I don't know if you guys have heard of it, or I don't know if you've heard of it, Eric. But so we got some big investors in this company. It's we got big names you probably know. We got Bill Gates, Jeff Bezos, Mark Zuckerberg, and I believe Richard Branson also. They were all big investors in this company in June 2020. I'm not conspiracy theories, but it's like you start connecting the dots. What happened with COVID? They did that with the vaccine, and now they got the pharmaceutical companies like, here's the problem, but here's the solution for you now. And now here's this over here too. They create it, and now it's like, oh, well, this is our company. We'll stock you guys. Here you go.
That's
and they're saying that
raises a lot more questions.
And they're saying supposedly that there's nothing congruent. Of course, they're gonna say that there's nothing congruent that can connect the dots. But I feel like we can kind of connect our own dots. That you can kind of see like how the stuff is. How it's going. And these guys they got big influence in the market, as we know.
Oh yeah.
They got a lot of money. You can just put it on Amazon, Bezos, to sell it. So it's like,
have baby formula at your door in 2 days.
Yeah, but now it's like he's directly involved. I mean, I don't know. I just think it's kind of crazy how everything's actually like, here's a problem, here's all shortage, and then you're like, wait, but all these big guys actually have investments like in there.
Well, why do you think they'd make their own company instead of just buying out already established brands? Because then they have to go start from scratch and go from there.
Exactly, because now you have to fight with the establishment that's in there to put your demands and your says like, hey, it's gonna run this way. You have to go in there, and they're not gonna like it. So I think if you started from scratch, you're like, it's running this way. This is how we're going. You like it or not? You want in or not? And then most of them, just with the personnel that you got right there, they're gonna be like, yeah, I'm in. They're gonna do it. Most of them.
Yeah, that's true.
But it's bullshit. Like I feel like they don't want to be fighting with the establishment, so they're like, hey, you know what? They try to go do that to somebody. It's not gonna work, and so they're trying to do this. So it's gonna be like artificial. It's gonna be the same thing. Artificial breast milk, they call it. But I mean, it's gonna be the same thing. They keep saying it's 3 to 5 years out. So was the vaccine. Then out of nowhere, it was a couple months out, and they got it to you. So I mean, it just raises eyebrows to me.
Is it 3 to 5 years from today, or from like
probably
2020?
Probably 2020. So 2023 is next year, we're just gonna fast forward.
They can fast track it.
They're gonna fast track it. Then you got the medal. Now you can put the medal on that you're the good guy because you're helping out the people. Obviously, nobody wants the shortages of anything. But I'm saying when you kind of start breaking the things down, you're just like, cool.
They're just waiting until people start getting desperate.
Yeah.
Even worse than the $245 for those 4 cans. Until people like just seriously you pay whatever.
They'll pay whatever for it, and that's what's. And most of you guys probably don't even care about this, but it's stuff you should care about because later it's just gonna trickle down for everything. They're gonna be doing that.
Well, just going back to because you said the potential bacteria was just on one brand, but then they like took out both, or maybe it might be because like they I don't know if they do it like this or not, but like for certain protein brands, they just buy in bulk the same protein and then they just stick their own label on there. So that they say like it could be like the infant milk could be the better baby milk, but then it's just the same milk as this one, just rebranded. So maybe that's why they took it out.
It's like the Walmart brand, you know. It's pretty much the same thing. It's just the labeling is different. The brand they're selling you, the experience. It could be that, but then supposedly the bacteria stuff is in the Similac. According to the articles, it's in the Similac, not on the Enfamil. But why are they both gone? I mean, I think it's just crazy, but I mean, we'll see where it goes.
Yeah, that's pretty.
Gonna have to start feeding them steak and eggs at 1 month-year-old.
might have to.
1 month in,
honestly. So yeah, let's just move on to our third topic then. I didn't really like have like paying any attention to this until like I started hearing about it like from other people talking about it, and it's this Roe versus Wade situation that's going on. So the original Roe versus Wade was a lawsuit in 1973 that like led to the Supreme Court decision that established a constitutional right to abortion in the United States. So that's what the whole case established. And yeah, like Jane Roe was a pseudonym for Norma McCorvey. So they didn't use like her real name; they just used like a different name
to cover up.
Yeah. She was 22, unmarried, unemployed, and pregnant for the third time in 1969 when she sought to have an abortion in Texas. But by the time that the U.S. Supreme Court ruled in her favor, McCorvey had given birth to a girl, whom then she placed for adoption. And then Wade was just the district attorney of Dallas County, Texas. But what's going on now is that there's a big push to get the Supreme Court to overturn this decision. And that doesn't really happen often.
So what's their final thing? They want to overturn.
They want to overturn the decision that makes abortion legal all the way up until let's see here,
pretty much
until roughly the end of the second trimester. So that's like federal.
To make it illegal or legal?
Right now it's legal at the federal level that you can have an abortion up until roughly the second trimester. Then there's states that like they can extend it a little bit and stuff like that. But now they want to like overturn the decision, so that way like states can have their own choosing of how strict they want to be. So then some states are going to start just making abortion illegal altogether.
So what keeps you just from jumping the state lines and going and getting an abortion somewhere else?
Price of gas. No, honestly,
price of diapers more expensive than the price of gas.
Yeah, that's a good question. That's the first thing I thought of. Like, if you want to have an abortion, your state doesn't want to have it, then why don't you just go somewhere else?
Yeah, it's like it's an interesting thing because I don't think there has to be a metric. There has to be a line because it's not. I don't think it's right. There's some that are still going like they're 6 months in and they're getting an abortion or whatever. Like that's not. I don't think that's good.
Mm-hmm.
It just depends, kind of like what filter you want to each person look at it. Because obviously, some like at that time you made a decision to do what you did, that you're pregnant. But then it's like a whole different thing because they're saying guys can't give their input on this because it's the girl's body, but you couldn't create it without the dude. So it's like, and then you want to go after the dude for child support, but he can't say anything. So it's just like a whole.
Well, yeah, like that's another thing that like that people want to say is like, oh, guys can't have a say in like anything related to abortion because you're a dude and I'm a girl and you can't. But nowadays, a lot of people just want to start identifying as girls. So then why are they gonna start saying that like, oh, guys can have a say in this, but what if the guy identifies as a girl? So they should be able to have a say then, if you want everything to be equal in that sense.
We're on an equal playing field now, bitch. I'm a girl, so I'm a woman. I identify, even if you don't, you can just say you do. I'm a woman, bitch. Now you gotta listen to me. So it's kind of like that.
Mm-hmm.
So now the tables are pretty much just turning on themselves, the people that think like that on themselves.
Yeah.
It's literally just going back and biting them in the ass. You're like, no, only women can talk about this. But then not all of them. Most of them were the same ones saying all that stuff before. So it's like all that stuff before. Yeah. And they say my body, my choice, right? Completely understand. What happened with the vaccine? My body, my choice. It comes back. That all comes around, baby.
How come it's my body, my choice for abortion stuff, but not when it comes to vaccine? It's my body, it's my choice. If I want to put something in my body, let me do it. If I don't, what do you care?
The fucking table's turned.
I feel like this kind of closely relates to the vaccine, even though they're totally like different topics.
Because the mandate, they're just like the man kind of date they're trying to do to you. That's why I think they're connected also. Yeah, like if you, in my eyes, if you don't want to have an abortion, you don't believe in abortion, you don't have to have an abortion. But it's kind of stupid for me, to me, that like certain people want everybody believe the same exact thing that they believe. There's no way that everybody's going to agree 100% on everything. So why don't you just worry about like your own thing and your own situation? Like if you don't want to have it, cool, you don't have to have it. But if someone else wants to have it, it's not going to affect you in any way. It's because I think those were like maybe their upbringings or whatever. They're used to throwing the little fucking tantrums and shit going their way, I think. With people, like they throw the little tantrums, like it's my way and this is the way, and they throw their tantrums and then it happens. It's like you got to be open to more things, more possibilities, different solutions. Yeah, but I do think there should be like a limit on when you can get abortion, because now they're even pushing so like even after it's born, you can just still like let it sit there and die. Let me see if he's fucking ugly or not. Fuck yeah, we're gonna have to take this out back. They're starting to push for that. Like it's fucking bullshit. Yeah, that it's bullshit. Like that's too much. So what's the line for you? For me, I guess I don't have like a specific line or time frame, because like I don't know exactly when shit starts developing and stuff like that. But like, when you find out you're pregnant and you don't want to have a baby, you can go get an abortion right away. Why are people trying to wait until past second trimester to? What about she found out second trimester? Kind of hard to find out second trimester. Most of them just blends in. Yeah, it's fucked up, but it does. It's fucked up, but I mean, yeah. What's the line? Like, for me, I mean, I don't know. Like, it's kind of hard, but I feel like around the 4-month area, you should be like, you should know. Yeah, you should know. If not, you should be doing checkups on yourself regularly. You know when something's up with your body.
Yeah,
you gotta stop fucking lying to yourself.
If you're that far along in pregnancy and you don't know, then something's wrong with you because you're not paying attention to your body. Your body's trying to tell you something, you're just ignoring it.
Yeah, and then that's the thing with everything. Like, you've been kind of sleeping around. Whatever. There's a high possibility it could happen. Be more aware of it. Stop acting fucking dumb like you don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
But there has to be, it's hard to be able to tell, like, obviously first two months or whatever,
first two couple months might be.
But once you're like 4 months range, you're like, oh yeah, after that, dude, like, I'm completely against it because, like, obviously people can't afford it and they're just like, it's gonna completely doing this. But once the baby, like, they're kicking, they got a whole heartbeat, they got everything, like, hey, that's when you gotta be like, dude,
yeah,
you had plenty of time, man.
Yeah, you had plenty of time to decide you did or didn't want to have this baby.
But then it can go the other way too. Like, you look at the pros and cons of everything. Cool, that person can't afford, or that family can't afford to have a baby. So now what happens? They go and they just live off the government now. That's a fucking cycle, a never-ending cycle.
That's a big problem.
And then that's why some people in the government, they're like, oh no, we got you, we'll support you. Like, and then some people are just like, no, fuck no. I think it's kind of just like each case is different. Each case is different or whatever, because it can, like, incest or rape and stuff. That's different. Like, it's just a case by case thing. But there has to be I feel like there has to be a limit. You knew the decisions. You knew what you could do. There's there's some things out there that are called condoms and stuff for girls. They can put there's birth control. Yeah.
There's plenty of tools out there.
If you're not planning on having it, dude, just fucking do some birth control or something.
Yeah, there's plenty of things that you can do to prevent stuff like this going on. But
we'll see how that shit plays out because it's still going. I don't think it's gonna.
Yeah, it's still an ongoing thing, and then
even if they do finalize that shit, there's going to be a lot of the people are still going to be like, no, I still don't agree with that bullshit. I feel like it's a never-ending thing.
It's still ongoing. But then a couple of days ago, Denver News posted a picture or an article that there was a school in Denver that did a walkout in protest to the Roe versus Wade situation.
So are they like
protest as
like you should abort or you shouldn't abort, or what's their take?
Protest as in it should be overturned.
Overturned that you can abort then.
Yeah. Overturn that you.
So they're saying that you should be able to abort. That's the thing. It's because it's kind of fucking like
it's kind of a little confusing.
That's what they do. They try to twist it up on you guys, so you don't know what the fuck you're really going for. Like, oh, is this the right thing, or is that they twist it up on you? That's why. Like, even for me, I'm just thinking. So they say you should be able to abort whenever the fuck you want.
Let me try and pull up the article real quick because it was pretty interesting.
That's crazy. Of course, I mean, you gotta. People all live around that area. There's a little bit of everything, a variety of people.
Yeah, and it's a local stuff going on like here.
Yeah, it's locally. That's what's crazy. And the biggest thing that it goes on local, and a lot of people don't even know about it. What's really going on?
That's the big thing. Yeah, it was on Denver 7.
So it's probably so just believe probably half of it. Don't believe the whole thing.
Yeah, nowadays you don't even know if you can trust the news. But it says students from across the Denver metro are walking out to protest the leaked draft decision from the U.S. Supreme Court, which seeks to overturn Roe versus Wade.
My thing is like
so it's cool. So it's gonna be like overturned. So it's gonna be I think that their goal is to make abortion illegal, or at least have stricter restrictions on it.
My thing is like, cool, you protest. If you fucking know like everything about it, like, cool. A lot of those people, I bet you don't even know half what's going on. No. They just said, my buddy said that we're getting out of a class free today. Exactly. We're going to go protest. We got to do what's right, man. We got to do it. And then they go. Like, maybe if that's what you think, but is that deeply what you really think? or are you just following the crowd? Like, are you just going along because everybody else is going? That's where you got to start asking questions like, oh, this is over here, this is happening here, and all this shit too. Like, yeah, everybody goes out and protests. Maybe it's taking it a step too far. Everyone's going out. They're filming or making an article of people out there protesting. There's a shitload of thousands of people out there, I guess you could say, protesting the homelessness, and no one does shit about it.
Yeah.
No one brings that shit up.
Yeah.
So kind of when you see the thing, like, the homeless guys are there every day fucking trying to do something, and then these guys go out there for 30 minutes, and then, we got to make an article. We got to make it public. That's the media for you guys.
Yeah. And that's the point of this new segment here on the podcast, to try to get you guys.
You don't have to agree with
to get you informed and to just get you thinking that maybe you shouldn't just trust everything you see, and maybe you should just do like a little bit of research on your own and like come up with your own opinions about stuff.
Yeah, like with us, don't take our word for it. Go do your own research. We're just putting the little seed out there, letting you know what's actually going. You might agree with us, you might not. It doesn't matter. It's just for you to be aware of what's actually going on out there, because these are real things.
Yeah, real things that are happening now.
That are not going to be on the news. That are not going to be on a lot of. They're gonna curate it, and they're gonna put out what they want you to see. Yeah, because that's how it works. That's what, if it bleeds, it leads, baby.
Yeah, that's true. Well, thanks, guys. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Today on Totem.
Yeah, appreciate it, guys. Thanks for being on. Remember to share with somebody. Check it out. Share with somebody. That's how we get our word out there too. And then we'll be able to, if you guys have more topics that you guys would want, we'd be open to them. Send them over. Be open to check them out. Highlight some stuff.
Yeah, for sure. And yeah, guys, just remember that an act of rebellion is to question.
Cool. Peace.
See you guys.
Yeah. Underrated, we the underdogs, underestimated.